Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Minnesota Timberwolves came back from a 20-point deficit last night to beat the Denver Nuggets in Denver 98-90 in Game 7 and advance to the Western Conference Final. This game was truly a tale of two halves, and I want to take a deeper look at their second half, so let's get into the film. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come in the house. And like I said in the intro, this game was really a tale of two halves for the Timberwolves, and they did it in the Timberwolves fashion. It was not just like, oh, they shot bad in the first half and in the second half they came out scorching hot. No, it was they played defense, which they've been all year. They've been the best defense in the NBA, and they moved the ball, and it was a lot of player involved movement. And here, this play was kind of the start of them just having a better team-oriented style on offense. And because the first 2 minutes of this quarter, they were still discombobulated. They still looked like the same team they were in the first half. But here, they had 7 assists in the first half altogether. They had 11 in the second half. They had 5 in the third quarter. So it was just a lot more passing in this second half. They got a lot out of that. And here, we have Gobert setting the screen for Conley. Nikola Jokic, for some reason, like goes out on Conley as like he goes a little bit too far, you know what I'm saying? And Karl Anthony Towns sees that, being a good passing big that he is. Gobert slips and he gets the dunk. And of course, we got Anthony Edwards, who shot horribly in this game with 6 for 24. But I think there's something that has to be said about the best players on the specific teams who are scorers, right? And they don't let their game affect their attitude, their mentality, or the other aspects of their game. Anthony Edwards in the first half, again, he shot horrible the entire game, but he was like really bad in the first half. He came out in the second half and started guarding Jamal Murray. Even after that bad half, he started playmaking. Again, the T-Wolves, they play makes so well in the second half. They drove, they kicked the ball, they moved it. They got player and ball movement here. We got a screen and roll with Ant and Rudy Gobert. Good screen by Gobert. Again, Nikola Jokic comes out. And now, I believe in going out and blitzing and being at the level of the screen on Anthony Edwards. I don't think you needed to do that on Conley, right? But he does it here. Gobert rolls, and then as he drives, MPJ, of course, has to step over. Anthony Edwards does a nice job acting like he's going to shoot it, and does a nice job, a really athletic pass by him in the corner to Jay McDaniels, who hits a 3. And this play did not end in a made basket, but it just signifies like how different the ball movement and the player movement was for the Timberwolves. They got it all around the horn. Edwards just missed a 3. And like I said in the previous clips, they got back in this game by playing Timberwolves basketball. This was after free throw, and you're going to see Anthony Edwards here. He's going to come up and pressure Jamal Murray, right? He was a big part of the second half on Jamal. Jamal had 24 points in the first half. The second half, he had 11 points on 12 shots. And Anthony Edwards, of course, is not the only one playing good defense, but here he's pressuring them, he's fouling them. The Denver Nuggets only scored 37 points in the second half. They were 14 for 39. They were 4 for 21 from 3. Nikola Jokic was 2 for 8 from 3, and Jamal Murray was 1 for 7. If you get Nikola Jokic to settle for 8 possessions in the second half, you're doing something right. And that's probably because he was tired. He played the whole second half, something he's not accustomed to. But you got Anthony Edwards, a great pass and cut by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. But again, this is why you have some possessions with Gobert on Aaron Gordon, so he can help in that paint. He blocks a shot here, and the Timberwolves defense got Anthony Edwards some easy transition buckets, which helped them in the second half. And there is no stat to show on this play. At least the last play, you got a Gobert block, so some people can actually go back and see his blocks and see that play. There is no stat that shows how impactful Anthony Edwards was on this possession. Here, again, picking up Jamal Murray, right? Before the ball even comes to him, he makes the ball go to somebody else. Aaron Gordon is somebody that played point a lot in this series, but in this game, he did not look comfortable running the show. And again, Anthony Edwards is going to deny Jamal Murray this entire possession. They clearly had a plan to get Jamal the basketball on this play. Again, he's trying to go get it. Anthony Edwards not letting him do that. Again, he's calling, like he's putting his hands up, trying to get the ball. It's obvious that this play is for Jamal Murray or something, right? And as Nikola Jokic kicks the ball, again, he's looking for Jamal Murray. He's looking for the handoff, and then eventually they just make him settle for a 3. And here we got another driving kick to the corner by Anthony Edwards. Again, not letting his shooter splits affect the other areas of his game. He was still aggressive, still having the Nuggets allocate defensive resources to him. Jaden McDaniels, back-to-back 20-point games, first time in his career. He chose to do it in Game 6 and Game 7. And this is why, as a star, you cannot change your approach because of your shooting splits. They have 2 on Anthony Edwards for about 3 seconds. And this creates a 3-on-2 on the perimeter with Cat, McDaniels, Conley against Jamal Murray and MPJ. If he's not aggressive, right? If he just passes it here, there's easier rotations for the Nuggets, right? But since he is still aggressive on the double team, he goes away from it, and now he really draws 2. Now there's a real 3-on-2, right? So now they pass the Cat, they pass around the horn, and Mike Conley, Uncle Mike, gets an open 3 in the corner. And of course, you have to show a lot of love to Karl-Anthony Towns. He was tremendous on the defensive side of the ball. And of course, I believe Nikola Jokic still had 37 points, but it's about making things tough for him. And Nikola Jokic played the whole second half, so he was going to be tired regardless. But he was even more tired because Karl-Anthony Towns, he made it tough for him to get to his spots, and it's harder to back down Karl-Anthony Towns than it is to back down Rudy Gobert. And Towns and the Wolves with their quick hands get Anthony Edwards another transition bucket. All right, so here in this possession, you're going to see the Timberwolves use stunts to perfection. And again, you got Karl-Anthony Towns doing a nice job just making it harder for Jokic to get to his spots. He's just a stronger body than Gobert, especially for somebody like Nikola Jokic. So here, you're going to see Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's going to use a multitude of stunts. Right here, you're going to see him. And then he finally goes, right? And of course, if you put 2 to the ball, that means you're going to be in rotation, and you have to have people that can play in some 2-on-1 situations. So here, you have Naz Reid, active body, high hands. He takes away the first passing option for Nikola Jokic, which looks to be Christian Brown, but then he passes it. There's still some more work to do for Naz, right? He takes away that shot, and him taking away that pass and then the shot by KCP is important, but it does leave a 2-on-1 with Christian Brown and Justin Holiday with Jaden McDaniels. What does Jaden McDaniels do? Use a stunt right there for Christian Brown to just think about his decision a little bit longer. He gets back, and that allows Nickeil Alexander-Walker to get back on Christian Brown. So now everybody's set. They get it back to Nikola Jokic, and again, Karl-Anthony Towns just making it tough for him to get deeper into the paint. He settles for this fadeaway, which he can hit, of course, but that's what you want him shooting. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 3 million members. It is the easiest and most exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats and watch the winners roll in. Download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. PrizePicks even offers injury insurance so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, PrizePicks will have your back and not count that as a loss. Personally, I've been using PrizePicks for about 2 years and I've won a pretty penny in that span. I only do NBA and NFL, but you guys are probably more versatile than I am. Once again, download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. And we got some more defense leading to transition points for Anthony Edwards. Like I said in the previous clip, his defense got him some easy buckets. All right, so I said in the previous clips that they didn't just shoot lights out in the second half after not shooting good in the first half. So in the first half, they shot 12 for 38 overall, 4 for 16 from 3. In the second half, they shot 19 for 41, 6 for 18 for 3, which is definitely better, but it's not enough to flip a game on its head and come back from 20 points. You got to do the other things. So offensively, of course, I showed you that they were passing the ball better, they were driving and kicking, but one thing they did tremendously in the second half was get to the free throw line. They were 10 for 11 from the free throw line in the first half. They were 16 for 19 in the second half. And free throws, obviously under the 3-point shot, for like the most important things offensively if you're going to get back into a game, because it stops the clock. It allows you time to score without the clock running, right? And if you're down 20, you need all the time that you can get. And Gobert was a really big factor in that. His rolling was really effective. Guys had to foul him coming to the lane, and he was 4 for 5 for free throws in the second half. And then off the miss, you got the T-Wolves coming down the court. Again, a nice play by Rudy Gobert, passing Naz Reid, who we will surely be talking about later. And again, we got the impact of Rudy Gobert as a road man. He tries to set the first screen here. He just slips the second one, which leaves him wide open in the paint with a 1-on-1 with him and Christian Brown, and he gets fouled. And if you are a Denver Nuggets fan or somebody that supports that team, this shot, You knew shit was going bad when Rudy Gobert hits this. One of the most improbable shots by that guy, a turnaround fadeaway at the end of the shot clock, and he drains it. And something, again, along the lines of the Timberwolves coming back in the Timberwolves way, it was the hustle stats, right? You see this offensive rebound by Rudy Gobert. This was important because, as you see here, the Timberwolves are in the bonus and they got to foul Nikola Jokic, right? So he's going to the line again, but rebounding. In the first half, the Timberwolves had 18 rebounds, only 3 offensive rebounds. The Nuggets had 29 rebounds and 8 offensive rebounds. Take a wild guess as to how many rebounds and offensive rebounds the Minnesota Timberwolves had in the second half. 29 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds. And then they limited the Nuggets to 15 rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds. And I think Nikola Jokic only had 4 rebounds in the second half after having 15 in the first half. So they got their hustle stats up. Again, you got Anthony Edwards still being aggressive, not changing his mentality. You got Gobert fighting for the rebound and getting the foul. All right, so at this point again, you got Karl Towns with 5 fouls. You got Naz Reid coming in, and oh my God, did the 6th man of the year change this game. Impact both sides of the floor here. Offensive rebound by Nikola Jokic is okay. Naz Reid comes in for the block. And here again, our beloved Naz Reid kicks it to the corner. We got Anthony Edwards here. Again, you see 2 creeping over. You got Naz Reid. He's too talented to be left this open, the Euro step, bring it back to the Jelly fam, and the layup. And this sequence here by Naz Reid was the most important one of the game. And here, again, you got Anthony Edwards hounding Jamal Murray, all the pick roll trailing him, but Naz Reid is the one who starts his drive. Contact there, Jamal Murray goes backwards. You got them trying to get the ball to Nikola Jokic in the paint. Naz Reid making it tough for him just like Cat did, but he blocks the shot and Mike Conley gets the ball. And then coming down the court, we're going to have the Timberwolves playing some patient offense. They know they're setting it up because they know that 2 is going to come to Anthony Edwards at some point. They're going to pass it around the horn here. Jaden McDaniels, he's going to get to Naz Reid. He declines to attack. This time they get it back to Anthony Edwards. He's going to shake Aaron Gordon, get open for a 3, just misses, but look at Naz Reid. 8 offensive rebounds in the second half. That's one of them right there. A big finish by Naz Reid. And again, the sequence isn't over. He made a defensive play, an offensive play this time. And as soon as he does that dunk, again, you got Anthony Edwards above half court, putting pressure on Jamal Murray. He puts him there, then Mike Conley with a well-timed steal right here, gets to the Naz Reid. And what does Naz Reid do? Euro step, easy pass to the corner to Anthony Edwards, puts him up 10. And then, like I said, the Timberwolves way, the rebound, the hustle stats, the steals, everything. The Nuggets had 29 rebounds in the first half, 8 offensive rebounds. Beat the Timberwolves the hell up on the boards. What did the Timberwolves do? They come out, have 29 rebounds and 8 offensive, and that was another big putback by Cat. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.